Ay, ay, yeah, 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 yeah. Ay, 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 ay. Whoa, good morning. We're listening to Harry Styles again this morning. So good. That's what Brooklyn loves to listen to. So that's what we are grooving to. So fun. I love Harry Styles, actually. She's got good taste, that girl in music. So loving it. Happy Thursday. Good morning, everybody. Grace Simon here with the New Doors Mentorship and Coaching Group, where we do business, we do life, and we do mentoring. I help people to sell, thrive, to live a fulfilled life because that's what we want, right? We really want to live a life that's fulfilled. If you don't, well, what the heck are you doing? You were born. You were born with a purpose. You were born to live life abundantly, to enjoy it, to grow and to thrive and feel alive. And if you're not feeling alive, turn on some Harry Styles and do a little dance. When was the last time you did a dance party for yourself or with your kids or with your husband or your spouse? Turned up the music, flashed some lights, or in your car, turning up the music and just allowed yourself to let go a little bit and have some fun. Dance party always lightens up the mood. It's dark here. There's no sun shining, but it was sun shining today as we turned on some Harry Styles and grooved to the music, swayed back and forth, and had some great time to school together. So that was really good. This morning, I want to talk about, are you living in the cause or the effect of your life? There's a universal law. There's universal God's laws, universal laws where things are held together. There's a reason to these laws, and the more you welcome them and understand them, the greater your life will be, and the more fulfilling your life will be by understanding that there is reason and purpose to everything. There really is. And one of these things of cause and effect is really important for us as human beings to be well aware of. Are we living in the cause or the effect? Fred Allen said this. This is really good. You only live once, but if you work it right, once is enough. If you work it right, once is enough. We don't need to think about my next life and my return life because we only get one life. And by the grace of God, we get to have a long life. And the longer life we have, the more opportunity we have to improve and to grow and to expand and to model, to serve, to contribute to others. And that is a beautiful, beautiful thought, to have a long life, to continue on this journey of life, to grow and expand, to be abundant, to live abundantly, to serve and help to affect others. And this law of cause and effect is really important for us to pay attention to because we operate in our default self the majority of the time, every single day, right? We've talked about this before where we don't have to think about brushing our teeth or, getting into the shower, to get washed. It's something that becomes so automatic. You build these habits and these routines and, you get into your car. When you first learn how to drive a car, you're thinking about every move, right? It's like, okay, I got to think about the blinker. I got to put my foot on the brake from the gas and put the blinker on the same time and turn the wheel. And it's like moment to moment, step by step thinking. But then after a while, you don't think about having, how you drive anymore, right? And so often, how often do we, get into our room and into our routines and habits, and we start from one place to the other, and it's part of our habits, part of our routine, and we remember getting into our car. We can think about arriving to our arrival point, but in between that, where did you go? Where did you go? What happened during that time of driving? I'm gonna suggest that you don't really remember the steps that you took, and you don't really recognize the things that you drive by every day because it's become so automatic. And we need to, in this day and age, friends, we really, really need to understand that we really need to stay intentional and aware that we are going to live in this place of I am causing this to happen in my life because I want this effect to happen in my life. When we live in automatic, we know what the outcome is going to be. We get into this routine and we get the same effects over and over again because it's become routine. And we need to live in this place of outside of our comfort zone where our pattern and our rhythm is being shifted that causes us to be in this place of intentional awareness, intentional thinking. The automatic default drive is good when it's good, but when it's not, it's not. And I'm using this example recently that I've been thinking about my routine, right? I've been sharing about how I've shifted my routine 15 minutes from getting up at 5 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. in the morning. And it is amazing. I can't believe how much more energy, how much more alertness, how much more excitement I have in the fact that I get up at 4:45 when other people are still proud that they get up at 5 a.m. I'm like out the door, I'm singing, I'm shouting, I'm hooting, hollering, to the gym. And I'm like, I have this new energy. I have this new excitement. And it's like people say, yeah, it's great to be up this early, right? I'm like, I'm so excited. I'm so proud of myself. I've like shifted gears. I'm living in the effect of my cause. Over the past few months, I knew that I was going to need to shift my routine and that I would have to make some adjustments and why I was making those adjustments and what I needed to do in order to make things happen in the morning. And it has been absolutely marvelous. And you know why? You know why it's been marvelous? Is that sorry, a person that's asked me to add to my video. I can't add to my video because I don't know who you are. So if we meet off air, then I can add you, but I won't bring people onto my video without knowing who they are. So what I found is that before that, over the summer, I was not allowed to strive. I had this intuition, I had this feeling, I heard from God that He said, I don't want you to strive. I want you to trust. I want you to walk in this place over the summer in pure obedience, in rest, in faith, in trust. And I want you to resist the temptation of striving. For us doers, for those activators, for our go-getters, that's a real challenge. It's a real challenge. But I was like, okay, I'm going to trust you and I'm going to obey and I'm going to do this thing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give myself a break, not strive, take some time. I still went to the gym, but I was, taking my time getting to the gym and shifting gears. And I'm like, I got to rev this up in September. What's going to happen? What happened is that it caused me to reflect and to ask some questions that I needed to ask myself again about what's important. Why are you doing what you're doing? Who are you doing it for? And what's the purpose of it? And so by me allowing myself to shift gears, my intentionality shifted. My understanding grew. And coming into September, October, I knew that I needed to shift my routine. I needed to really understand why. And I was a little bit nervous about it because it was so much earlier and I was finding like 5 o'clock in the morning hard and challenging at times. But what I found why it was getting challenging is because I got into default. I got into my comfort zone. I was only, 4 minutes away from the gym at that time. And I could just stay on the couch a little longer, stay in my prayer mode, and my reading and my reflection. And it was so comfortable to be on that couch. And I knew I was only a couple of minutes away from the gym. So I could really take a little bit longer. I could take my time getting out the door. Whereas this here moving across town and needing to be on a more regimented schedule, that I had to fire up the intention. I needed to fire up the reason and the purpose and stick to my time that I was setting for myself. And it's keeping me out of my comfort zone. And it's causing me to live in this place of new momentum, this new acceleration, this new excitement, this new awareness. And we always want to be living out of our comfort zone. So when you find yourself, in this place of where things are getting easy, they're getting in routine, and you're falling back on default, you don't really have to think too much about it. Ask yourself the question, what can I do to build momentum? What can I do to add excitement? What can I do to add acceleration in my daily routine that'll give me that anticipation, that'll give me that energy, that'll give me that focus for what I need to do to get things done today? And it could be little things like, guys, going for walks is great, but that's what we do as human beings. We walk. And so walking is great. But if you're doing the same pace, you're taking the same route, you're doing the same over and over again, how is your heart feeling? Right? How is it really contributing to you getting stronger, growing your endurance, giving you, causing you to have a higher energy, to really, give yourself a greater momentum for acceleration, to really build that health, to really build that strength within yourself. So walking is great. I'm just using that as a simple form. So maybe you're making your phone calls, and you've gotten really good at making your phone calls every single day. And you've gotten really comfortable with, when I make 50 phone calls, or when I do my 100 phone calls, then, it's getting pretty easy. I can do it without even thinking. Well, let's put some thinking in there. Let's put some intentionality of how we can accelerate, bring some excitement, which is going to bring some momentum forward into getting what it is that you really, really want. We have one life. We have one life to live. But if we work it right, once is enough. And as we grow, as we expand, we inspire. We inspire ourselves, and we inspire others. So this cause and effect. You are what you are, but you get to choose. Am I going to live in the cause, where I'm intentional about the activities and the decisions that I make, and how I'm growing every day to improve in my leadership, in my communication, in my sales, in my mothering, in my fathering, in my relationships? Am I growing every single day? Am I intentional about that? Because knowing that if I live in this place of cause and being intentional, the effect is going to be powerful. It's going to be outstanding. And that's how we live a more fulfilled life. So happy Thursday. I hope you have an amazing day in whatever you do. Just turn up the volume a little bit, get intentional, think a little bit differently, think a little bit more, and we'll see you again tomorrow on Friday. Have a great day, everybody.